Today we are going to go over a couple of questions that keep coming up again and again and again about Princess's policy change as far as refundable and non-refundable deposits. I'm going to tell you something that I'm really struggling with and just let you know how things are going. Plus, I have a reply to a comment that was left under my video yesterday, and if you follow along with me here, I rarely do that, but I think it's important that you know where I stand. So let's go ahead and get started. Hi there, this is Allison with Let's Go Travel Tips. Today is Monday. It is October 13th of 2025, and if you haven't subscribed to our channel yet, will you please be sure to click on that subscribe button, and if you appreciate my updates, please be sure to give this video a thumbs up. We talk about cruising 6 days a week. When we go somewhere, we take you with us, and we're delighted to have you with us right now. We're on the beautiful Star Princess. We have been on for just over a week now, and we get off the ship on Wednesday. So it's really important that if you have any questions, be sure to drop them in the comments or put a comment over on our Facebook page, and I will be sure to try to find the answer for you while we're still here on the ship. There are subtle differences between the Sun and the Star Princess, but you know what? They are not substantial enough that if you enjoy going on the Sun Princess, you're going to enjoy going on the Star Princess. If you someday come on the Star and you love it, then go on the Sun Princess if you have the chance. So they are not, like I said, not enough difference to worry. Today, it's really important that we talk about some changes that Princess has made with their deposit policy. If you have missed my video yesterday, it is really important. Our guest is Saturday. Make sure that you go watch that video. It's really, really important. If you cruise Princess, you have to watch that video so that you know what's going on. Now, so many times again and again and again, I have been asked if the non-refundable part about deposits applies to future cruise credits. Yes. Absolutely. If you put down the deposit on a cruise using, and I'm going to talk to you about what future cruise deposits are in a minute for those of you that don't know. If you put down the deposit on a cruise with a future cruise deposit and then you cancel that cruise, that future cruise deposit is non-refundable. Okay, unless you made the booking using a refundable deposit fare and make sure that it's refundable. Okay, so you book non-refundable, that future cruise deposit is non-refundable. So what are future cruise deposits? It's really important to know because I think they're going to be coming in a lot more handy than they ever have before with this new situation. So first off, you have to be on a Princess cruise ship. When you are on board, you can buy what they call future cruise deposits. The way that it works is you put down $100 and buy one future cruise deposit. And the way it works is when you apply it to a booking, it does two wonderful things. Number one, it adds onboard credit, and we'll have that screenshot here in a minute so that you can see how much it adds, and you can pause as you're watching for a minute if you want to know. But it adds onboard credit and it covers the deposit. When you have cruises that are 45 days and longer, it's not going to cover the deposit. That's a whole different ball game, so you don't use the future cruise deposits on those cruises. But those are a lot more rare for a lot of people. Most of the cruises that you're going to book, the future cruise deposit will take the place per person of the deposit. Number one, I want you to know how to buy them. There are two ways. You can go down to guest services, and I believe they still have a form that you can fill out, or else go up to the counter and tell them you want to buy those future cruise deposits, or you can really easily do it in your app. All you do is open your app. Down on the bottom right hand corner, there is a little thing that says profile. When you're on board the ship, as you open that up, there's one of the tabs that says future cruise deposits. You click on that, and as you go through, it gives you the option of how many you want to buy per person. It lists 5 as the highest number that you can choose, and you go ahead and click how many you want to buy per person, and then you submit it. And right then it will charge your credit card, and it does not wait until the end of the cruise. Those charges are posted right away, and then you can go ahead and book another cruise with those anytime you want to. If you don't use them in a year, Princess will just automatically refund your $100 future cruise deposit to you. Say you book a cruise, you book it so that it's refundable, or you've got a refundable deposit cruise booked right now before all of these changes happen. and you decide you're not going to go on that cruise, but that future cruise deposit is refundable. If that has been sitting there so long that it is now expired, like it's past the year since you bought it, then it will automatically go back to your credit card. It's not going to go back to your Captain Circle account and sit there. They will automatically refund it for you. So just be aware of that. I know that sometimes when people have a cruise book using a future cruise deposit and a lot of time has gone by, then they go to use that future cruise deposit again, but it's already been refunded to your credit card. So keep in mind that that's how it works. Now, when you are booking your cruise, say the deposit is $400 a person and you're 2 people in the cabin, so that means the total deposit for the cruise is going to be $800. If you have those future cruise deposits and you do 1 per person, that covers the whole deposit. And so it's pretty slick. If you only have 1, then it will cover 1 person's deposit. So if the deposit's $400 per person, only 1 of the guests has that deposit, the other guest is going to have to pay the $400. It keeps track of that, okay, in the booking system. Now, why do I think these future cruise deposits might come in a lot more handy? Well, think about it this way. Say you're going to book a cruise, and you, of course, we all want to lose as little money as we can if we have to cancel. And it's really nice. It's nicer to book it at the lower rate than the higher rate to have a refundable deposit, right? So you book your cruise thinking you're going to go, you use the future cruise deposits for that cruise, but then something unexpected comes up and you have to cancel. You have then lost $100 rather than the $400, right? If the deposit was $400 per person. So these are going to come in a lot more refundable. Princess has not made any changes to how you use those future cruise deposits yet. And so we'll keep our eye for any changes, and but I just wanted to let you know that that's how that works. And you know what, every time Gordon and I go on a cruise on Princess, we usually buy some. And it depends on how many we have left as to how many I buy. Sometimes, you know, looking forward. And I also look to see how soon our next cruise is, right? So if we're not going to be on a Princess cruise for another year or 6 months or whatever, I kind of plan in my mind what other cruises I might be booking. But you know what? I always have a buffer, because sometimes really wonderful opportunities come up that I'm not even expecting. So I would say make sure that you always have at least an extra one in addition to what you know you're going to book. The other important thing to remember about future cruise deposits is they can only be applied to a booking that is made after that future cruise deposit is purchased. So you cannot go back and apply a future cruise deposit to a cruise that you already had booked before you bought that future cruise deposit, okay? That's a really important distinguishing factor. Right when we get on the ship is when I buy my future cruise deposits, because then if during the cruise I decide I'm going to book another cruise, then I've already bought it and I'm ready to go. And truly booking them through the app, buying the future cruise deposits that way is the easiest way to do. It is so painless and so easy to do, and it works really quick. I noted that when we did ours, Gordon gets notifications on his phone, and immediately he was getting $100 a person for each of the future cruise deposits that I bought, showing, you know, on our American Express that those charges were posted. Just wanted to make sure that everybody understood that. If you have more questions, put it in the comments and I'll try again. But I think it's really important for everyone to remember that those future cruise deposits, if you book a non-refundable deposit fare, they're non-refundable. We're not used to that quite so much. So be prepared with that. Alrighty, I'm going to tell you what I am struggling with, and I have really waffled about talking about this, and I finally decided that I should, so that people don't think that I'm just ignoring them. You know, I am a travel agent. I love what I do, absolutely love what I do, and I am honored every time someone books a cruise with me. That is not lost on me, and I very much appreciate the chance to work with you and the trust that you put in me to work with you on your cruise. Now, that means that if you book your cruise with me, you can ask me questions about anything you want to do with the travel, about something with Princess. If you need something taken care of with Princess, I take care of it for you. You don't have to be on the phone. You can ask me things about how things work with Princess. You can ask me about excursions, what to see in the places that you go, since I have been to so many of the places that Princess goes. There's a lot that I'm delighted to help with. I am starting to get so many more emails from people that didn't book their cruise with me. And while I would like to have enough time and in my life to be able to reply to everybody that asks me questions, that they've already booked their cruise, they want to know this or that or the other, I just simply cannot reply to everybody. I feel like I owe my time to the people who book their cruise with me. And I just wanted to put that out there. I'm not blowing you off. Love you all to pieces, but I can't reply to everybody. And if you would like me to be able to answer all your questions, talk with you on the phone about that, whatever it is that you need to do with your cruise, your travel, you're wondering about these things, then have me book your cruise, okay? The only thing that's different when you have a travel agent manage your booking is I take care of whatever it is that you need. Like you want to add something to your booking, I take care of doing that. The only thing that is different, you book your excursions the same, dining reservations the same, all of this, you just have to have me post your payments in the Princess booking system. And I do actually post them right in the Princess booking system. The money does not go anywhere else first. So just wanted to put that out there. Tell you all I love you. I appreciate your confidence in me and sending your emails to me. But if you want my help, just go ahead and have me be your travel agent. And I don't charge extra to be your travel agent. I get commission from the cruise line. I don't charge you anything. Doesn't cost you a penny. Your cruise does not cost more to be able to work with me. Another thing that I feel like is really important to tell everybody is we have this change from Princess Cruises. You know, I feel like it's my job overall to tell you what the news is and to help us figure out the very best way to navigate what's going on. Because while we maybe don't like what's going on, that's the way it is. And I have always approached things as they are. And we need to learn how to manage them and how works best for us. And so I want to make sure, like I am not crazy about Princess doing this with deposits at all. I wish they were leaving their deposits predominantly as refundable deposits. I feel like that works easier for a lot of people. On the other hand, as I've mentioned before, study business management in college, and I get also why they're doing this. I feel like there's a couple of reasons, like I mentioned the other day. If this doesn't work well for them, I wish that they would make the final payment due sooner on cruises. I'd be delighted to pay 6 months out and have the flexibility until then to be able to cancel if I need it and have my deposit refunded. But that's neither here nor there. We have to deal with what's going on. And so don't think that I think this is a great idea. I thought it was really sweet of somebody that said they didn't want to book their cruises with me because they were worried they would disappoint me if they had to cancel. I'm not disappointed. I like click. I make a couple of clicks and your cruise is canceled. That's okay. I feel bad for you that you don't get to go on the cruise that you planned, but I'm not disappointed, and I feel like that's important to know. It's a business transaction. It's lovely to get to work with you, and I feel like that's a different relationship when we talk on the phone and plan things out. But just wanted to put that out there. I'm not disappointed. It's okay because life is life, right? Okay, so here is my reply to a comment. The last time I replied to a comment was clear back in July, and before that I can't even remember when the last time was. So it's really rare that I reply, but it kind of I didn't like it, so I feel like telling everybody. So just so you know where I am. Not sure why you still bend the knee for Princess. In this time of so-called record profits, they are slowly eroding all away the cruise experience. Quite frankly, morphing into every other cruise line. People like you keep giving cruise companies cover for this by sugarcoating their anti-customer decisions. We need to start voting with our wallets before cruises become something only the elite get to enjoy. Alrighty, so first off, I do not bend my knee to Princess. I do not work for Princess. I love to sail on Princess cruises, absolutely, but I do not bend my knee for Princess. So making that 100% clear. I do not do that. I tell you what's going on. And you know what? I truly can. I truly can see both sides of the argument. I get why Princess is doing this. I get it. They want to make more money. They're in business to make money, okay? And second of all, they want people to think twice before they book a cruise. Don't book something that you're not going to take, right? And having a non-refundable deposit will dissuade people from putting a deposit down on a cruise that they are really sure they're going to take, right? I know that's crazy. I don't do that, but I know that there are people who do. Just in case, let me book it. That will help weed some of that out for Princess. So that's the company side. The consumer side is, you know what, we have always loved having refundable deposits with Princess. Absolutely love that. That is in the consumer's favor to have a refundable deposit. I don't like them changing that even remotely. I always book one night with a refundable deposit, and I love the flexibility that it gives us. So moving forward, I don't think this is going to change our booking habits at all, because we generally, it's really rare that we cancel a cruise. I cannot remember the last cruise that we canceled. And so that's not something that I'm worried about. However, I do know that when you book cruises far out, family things can come up, medical things can come up. That's why we have insurance. Okay, but I really want you to know this, and I think that, you know, for the most part, the YouTubers that I watch anyway really try truly to keep it fair and balanced, and at least the ones who are serious in the business, and I feel like they do a really good job of that. So I'm not sugarcoating anything. I'm telling you what's going on, and then I can see both sides of the coin. So I want to hear from you in the comments what you think about all of this. Let me know how it's going to change the way you book a cruise. Are you going to be booking those non-refundable deposits? Are you going to book refundable deposits? I'll be talking to you about this again later this week for sure, because the change happens on October 15th, which is Wednesday. So Thursday or Friday, once I really got my feel for what's going on and how the fares differ a little bit, I'm going to talk to you about it some more. So we've got a lot to talk about together, and I look forward to hearing from you and talking it over with you. So thanks so very much for joining me, and I'll be talking to you all again really soon. You all take really good care. God bless you. Love you. Bye-bye.